Okay, I've started the stream. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Adventure on So Many Levels. We're going to play some Dungeons and Dragons.
D&D.
I'm Christiana Ellis, and I am the Dungeon Master. Our players tonight, the Pocket Protectors, Starla Hutchton as Carolina Swift,
Hello, friends.
Jenny Meltzer as Zaline,
Hello.
Paul Fisher as Zinhorn Windborn,
Good evening.
and Mark Kilfoyle as Vertigo.
This place is not made for answers.
So, lots been going on. When last we left our heroes, they had discovered during their time in the magically sealed away island of Dinuthere that their longtime frenemy, thorn in their side rival had succeeded in reaching the kinda wish granting Titan artifact known as the Pillar, did something that made the magical seal fall away, and also apparently tear rifts in the reality between the material plane and the plane of dream, causing all sorts of problems. In response, the Pillarines, the people who guard this artifact, have basically decided that it's doomsday, and they've begun what they call Condition Omega, Operation Unsheath, which sounds like it has potential to be tremendously destructive on a planar scale, as opposed to just, the city block. So the Pocket Protectors have made their way to the fortress with the hope of stopping that from happening. They have been told that they were given a countdown clock. Currently, as we speak right now, they've got some 3 hours and change before all of this is going to happen. They discovered that the Pillarines were currently locked in combat with some of the nightmare creatures slipping through these rifts, and they chose to engage and start fighting with everybody, and that's where we left off. But we literally had left off at the start of a new round of combat. But I think what happens immediately at this point is, um, Lynn, you get a sending from Rupino. You recognize his voice, and he just says, "You didn't like my super weapon. Maybe stop the one activating at the pillar. Cut off the power supply to the arcane core, then destroy core."
Got it. Will do. I will. We're still in.
Yeah. So currently,
Initiative,
yeah,
so.
you have broken through the window of one of the rooms on the lower level of this fortress. You have mostly cleared this immediate room, but you know that there's lots of fighting going on all around you in this fortress, at least in the wing that you currently are in. You don't really know what's in the rest of the fortress yet, but I believe we did leave off at the top of the round of initiative. Does that make sense to everybody? Does that sound right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so Zinhorn, that makes it your turn.
Okay. I'm showing a condition grappled. I don't remember if I forgot to clear that or if that's actually going on.
That's probably cleared because you were being grappled by this pillarine that moved down from the room. So yeah.
Okay.
So when they would have, I believe they attacked you again and then moved away, and that would have released the grapple.
Got it.
But you do have this slod that's trying to climb up the window immediately outside.
Okay, yes, but I also only have 10 hit points.
Sure.
So I am going to channel Divinity. Rashama, heal me, please. And give myself 80 hit points, which is a big freaking help. And that means that I can attack with my spirit. I can bring my spiritual weapon over. Is that in a good place to hit it?
I mean, sure.
Okay. And what level did I cast this thing at?
I'll allow the sort of the free action dialogue that we don't have to have everyone else do their turn waiting for Lynn's turn in order to know about the sending, if just that makes a difference for anybody.
Okay.
In fact,
Well, I was gonna hang on to it until like
okay.
we can actually
All
like
right. Well, you tell. All right. You know what? Let me stop intervening and let you act in character. All right.
Oh, I do not have ro- um, roll 20 beyond whatever the plugin on this machine. I rolled a
Okay.
26.
Okay, that's to hit.
Yeah.
Okay, sure. That
And
hits. Yeah.
9 points of damage.
Okay. Yeah.
And that will do it for me.
That
What's
guy's
the name
taken
of-
some hits, but he also got like knocked away for a few rounds and began regenerating in the meantime.
Okay.
So you were just asking something else?
Beyond 20
Oh, yeah.
extension. I was trying to remember the name
yeah,
of it.
that is what it is. I also just realized that the stream was not seeing the map, so let me fix that. Okay. So that is Zinhorn's turn, or did you have more?
Oh, I might. Do I want to move? Who else? Who's on the far left there?
That's Lynn. Lynn, Zaleen, you up at the top there. Vertigo's down at the bottom of the room, and of course, Buster. Currently blocking the doorway. And then you got one of the pillarines also here in the room still.
Okay.
That one is one of the tougher ones.
So he'll get a free shot at me if I pull away, right?
At disadvantage because he's climbing.
All right. I'll move.
Okay. He will try to make the attack at disadvantage. Whoa. Okay. Well, so he does get a 21 to hit even with disadvantage.
Will hit.
Okay. It's a good thing you just healed yourself because that's going to be 11 piercing damage. and Constitution save.
13 on a Constitution save.
Okay, unfortunately, that's a fail. You feel your wound burning again in the way that it did before, suspecting that you're going to have difficulty healing if that's not cured.
Okay. What did it take to cure it last time?
I believe remove curse did it. Yeah. Okay, so that's your turn?
Yep, that's my turn.
Okay. Zaleen, your turn.
I'm going to see this slod guy in front of me.
Mm-hmm.
And I would like to try to cast that word that none of us know how to say. Gaish.
Gaish.
Yes.
Yes, it's a gas.
Guess.
No, it's not. The Irish said it's Gaish.
Jeez. It's pronounced jeez.
I'd like to cast Gias.
I like G's. I think that's my favorite.
Jeez.
Jeez.
You got to say it with the Minnesota accent.
Okay, so
Oh,
he needs
geez,
to make
yeah.
a wisdom save.
Yep.
He's not super good at those. Let's see.
Of course, in its original Klingon, it's goose.
So he did actually get an 18 by rolling a natural 20. So I'm sorry. That was there was only he had a 5% chance of even making the save in any way, but he did.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, that's my turn.
All right. Lynn.
Isn't it Vertigo next?
Oh, you're right. I'm sorry. That's my fault. Vertigo, you're next. I guess I'm
I mean,
just
I'm in
eager
no
for-
hurry.
Yeah.
Okay, so Buster's blocking the door, so there's no seeing anything there, which
Yes.
is
Also, right
useful.
now, Buster cannot see the pillarine that's in the room. It did a psychic thing to
that's
him,
weird.
so Buster, he's invisible to Buster, but you can see him.
Yeah, we don't know much about them, but that's expensive. So I will just cast. Yeah, draw an eye in midair and then cross it out and cast blindness on him.
Okay.
It's a Constitution 18.
Okay. Let's see. That guy has Constitution. That's a 9.
Total?
Yeah.
He's blind.
Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah.
In that case, I'm going to also move. And I see Zinhorn coming this way, so I'm going to go the other way.
Some really coherent team tactics going on right now. That's great. Love it. Love
Stand
to see
behind the tall people. That's
Yeah.
the tactic.
it. Mm-hmm.
Your turn.
Okay. That makes it now Carolina's turn.
Well, still kind of have our hands full, and this guy down here is causing us a lot of problems.
Mhm.
So I'm actually going to use freezing spears.
Okay,
On
you'd
that
be rolling with
pillarine.
advantage now because he's blinded.
Yup. Okay, so it's 3 of them, I think.
Mhm.
Okay. So 1. Oof, that was terrible.
So the first one, the advantage roll is 14, which does miss.
Oh, advantage, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
mhm. So I'm assuming the 10 and the 14 are the first attack. So that's a miss. But then a 25. So roll again to be the second roll. So the 25 is the second one, which will hit.
Okay, and then got a 15 and an 18.
18 will also hit. So two of those hit.
Okay. Let's see. 6 and 6.
Okay.
All right, and then let's see. Yeah, his movement speed is reduced by 5 feet, and it stacks.
Okay, so 10 feet total then for him right now. Of course, he's not running anywhere in a hurry right at the moment, given that he is currently blind. But yeah. And he definitely is bloodied at this point. He could take a few more of these. They're pretty tough, but he's taken a lot of damage already. Buster messed him up, which is part of why he made himself invisible to Buster. Okay. That makes it. Are you done with your turn?
Yes.
All right. You can't really see what's happening outside, but you see that one of these pillarines, like just past Buster, is like he and one of these slad are like using Buster as sort of almost like cover to snipe at each other, and I'm not rolling attacks between them. Like there's too many of these characters happening in the background so I'm not gonna just like roll damage for. You know what? Because of the ones that you can see, I guess I'll go ahead and roll. So where's that guy? Okay, so he is going to use Flay. Oh, you know what? And that's going to hit Buster as well. So Buster needs to make an intelligence saving throw.
Okay. Intelligence.
Yeah, so that's gonna fail. And then the slot gets a 15, which does save. So Buster's going to take full damage. And that's going to be 26 psychic damage for Buster, 13 for the slot, and then the Pillarine uses his weird little pistol device. And gets an 18 to hit, which does hit and does 11 force damage to the slot. So they're fighting behind there. So and then it's the one in the room here who I think is you see him blinded, groping around Vertigo, but then you see him like put one hand to his temple, and he's like, you feel in the way that he kind of probed your mind earlier, you feel him like looking for you telepathically. And he's still blind, so he's going to make his attack against you with disadvantage, but he's trying to attack you. What's that?
Buster took damage.
Yes. Oh, you're right. Yeah.
So he's within range of those two dudes.
Mhm.
So 1, 2, 3, he gets the Pillarine. 4, 5, 6, he gets the Slod.
Okay.
So he's attacking the Pillarine.
All right.
And yeah. Uh-oh. All right. Dirty 20.
That will hit for 13 piercing damage. And he's going to have to make a strength saving throw, which not their best thing. Fails that, so is knocked prone.
All right.
Which is kind of great because Buster's going to get a turn before he is.
It's a chance to get up.
Well, then again, if that happened as a result of his action, he would be able to use his own movement to do it.
Oh, he was the one that cast Flay?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I think he does stand up, but he's staying right there. Because he's focused on this other guy. All right. But then the one in the room here is doing his attacks at disadvantage against Vertigo.
What kind of attack?
He's raising his little pistol thing.
No.
Ooh, that first roll was a natural 20, but it's disadvantage. So only a 24 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
And then the second attack is a natural 1, which will miss. So one hit is going to be wow, 20 force damage.
Okay. Well, the shield absorbs it, but
Okay.
barely.
So, I guess if your shield absorbs it, you don't take the damage and therefore don't have to make a concentration check, right?
I think that's how it's supposed to work.
Okay.
Yeah.
So then let me roll to see if he can beat the blindness. He cannot. So he is still blind, and so he's still kind of got one hand against the wall, and you see him kind of like feeling along the wall to get to the corner here. And then I think he's going to move over here, and then maybe like you watch him bump up against Buster and like, whoop.
Does Buster feel that?
I mean, probably, but it's not like it's not an attack that would trigger a reaction. Besides, he just used his reaction.
Well,
but I think he would feel something bump his butt. He's facing the other way.
Right. Okay.
So I don't think he would have any way to know what it is. He's currently squeezed through a doorway right now. So I think,
Right.
Yeah, he can't turn around super easy, and something just bumped into his butt. That's all he would know.
Got
But it is now Buster's turn.
All right. In that case, he's gonna continue to proceed through the door and attack the pillarine,
Okay.
since that was his favorite chew toy a moment ago.
Mm-hmm.
25 to hit.
Yeah, that hits for sure. Okay.
Mhm.
17 damage, and then another strength save, which is, again, they are not good at that. Got a 15, which is not enough, so prone for
All
the,
right.
yeah. Prone for the follow-ups.
Yep.
Bad news for him. 21. Well, so wait. So that's what 21 is with advantage. I don't think you have advantage. Oh, wait, no, he's prone. So you do have advantage.
He's prone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So 21. So another 15 damage.
Yep.
Nice. Yeah. And then 25 to hit. Wow, for 27 damage. Yeah. Though that guy's not dead, but he is very messed up. Very hurt as a result of all of that.
Okay.
All right.
And then that's Buster.
Okay. So now this slot that's behind Buster is going to let's see. I think he's going to, glance behind him. First of all, I'm going to reveal a bit more of the so I guess I revealed the hallway, but I didn't move all of the tokens that are on GM layer to for Pete's sake. I'm trying to do too many different things. So I have a few tokens that need, there we go. And there's, let me just go ahead and move all of these guys. So the point just being that I want to reemphasize here is you have the sense that as many enemies as there were in this room that you've just cleared out, there might be as many as that in all of these rooms in this wing.
Got it.
There's fighting all over. So this guy, I think, cannot resist that the enemy that he was fighting just got torn to pieces by this thing and is just going to now take advantage of the turned back. He is attacking Buster because he is a little stinker. Going to try to bite. Gets a 25 to hit.
That will hit.
9 piercing damage.
All right.
Buster just had his turn, so he gets his reaction back.
Yep. So hold on, not 9 points of damage. And Buster gets his turn, so he whips around and chomps. 19 to hit.
That definitely hits.
25 points.
Okay. 25 points. There we go. I had forgotten to do his regeneration, so I'm just subtracting 15 instead of 25 because he would have regenerated 10. But that's still a significant hurt, and he's going to make a strength save. He's pretty strong. He gets a 20, so he's not knocked prone. He is going to use his claws to do 2 more attacks. That's a 21 to hit.
Yep.
For 8. And a 12 to hit, which misses, I'm pretty sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That'll miss.
Yeah. And there's no special infection from that guy. Okay. So that was his turn. Now it's the red slot outside the window's turn. He's going to come in and try to get at you, Lynn and Zaleen. I think we're going to... Zaleen, you're getting the bite attack. And that's a crit to hit. So that's going to be 14 piercing. And then each of you are getting 1 claw attack. So I can say Lean is an 8 to hit against Lynn is a critical fail. So he got a little cocky with that that bite. Okay, so that's his turn, and I think he's gonna try to squeeze past into the room with his movement now. Yeah, so he's now made it into the room, but that's the end of his turn. Okay, we're back around up to you, Zinhorn.
All right. First thing I'm going to do is say, oh, no, not going to do that yet. All right. First thing I'm going to do is attack the Slod that just came in with my spiritual weapon.
Yeah. Oh, he should have also gotten his regeneration on that turn.
Okay. That's going to miss.
Okay.
11. And then I'm going to cast Hold Person. Not Hold Person, sorry. What's the thing that gets rid of curses? Remove Curse.
Remove curse.
On
Okay.
myself.
All right. Okay.
All right.
So that's good. That's your turn?
Yeah, did that
Yeah.
clear?
Yes.
Okay. And I did my bonus action already. And I am going to move here.
Right. So all right. Yeah. So next up is Aileen.
Yeah, so what happened was I got really mad because he tried to hit my girlfriend, so I'm going to cast Banishment.
Okay. What save is
And
is
see
that
what
charisma
happens.
save, I think?
Yes.
He's bad at those.
Hopefully.
You're not going to believe this. This is one of those times where, as a DM, I am tempted to fudge rolls to help y'all out. He just rolled another natural 20, which again, he has a -2, so that means by rolling a natural 20, he only gets...
No, he didn't.
Oh! Yeah?
Silvery barbs.
There you go.
And I will give Zaleen the advantage.
Okay, yeah, that follow-up does not work. So, yeah, he is banished. Ooh. I'm going to just keep the token active by moving it out here. But, yeah, he just poofs out. And Zaleen, did you get your temp hit points or whatever it is that Vertigo just gave you?
I
Or
thought he
advantage,
just gave me
whatever
It's
it was.
advantage on your
Okay.
next.
Okay, well, I was just making
bunch of
sure
stuff,
you
so-
got it because I was there's a couple things happening.
Yep,
advantage
okay,
on your
okay.
next attack roll, ability check, or saving throw within
So
1 minute.
you are not, I'll say right now, you are not sure what will happen to them when the time is up, but they are certainly gone for now.
Okay, so I would like to use my bonus action to nudge Lynn and be like, we gotta bamf out. We gotta go. And that's my action.
All right. Vertigo.
Okay. That one's gone, so this one's not. Yeah. I think that as he thinks about it, the air grows very cold around Vertigo, and 3 long pillars of ice form as I'll cast Freezing Spears at level 2.
All right. You rolling with advantage.
Advantage. There we go. So 3 shots. First one.
All right.
Second one.
26
third
will
one.
hit, 21 will hit, 23 will hit.
The only one that gets the +2 is the first one. That's
Okay,
his
so
elemental affinity.
12 plus 4 plus 8, so that's going to be 24 total. Nice. Yeah, he is struck by those. He is not down, but yeah, he is continuing to be whittled down. He's pretty hurt at this point. Okay. Great. Anything else for your turn?
I don't think so.
All right. Lynn, you're up.
Okay. Uh,
I'll reiterate too. There is so much sounds of fighting around you that there's probably not going to be any option of just fighting until all of the enemies are gone and then sneaking around. That won't happen.
well,
Now,
I was hoping
finding
to
a
at
way
least
to
clear
sneak
the
past
room, but
some. Well, yeah, I mean, the only one that's in there right now is blinded at the moment.
but Buster's outside, and that's a
It's true.
problem.
Hmm.
Gonna take care of that on my turn.
I'm trying to remember if I dismissed the portals last session.
You suppressed it.
Suppressed them. Okay.
Yeah. But also, there was one of the enemies that was over on the other side of where they are right now.
Right.
Although, actually, it's been a couple of rounds, so probably they wouldn't have stayed right there. They would have probably started to try to run towards the fortress. So, but yeah, they were suppressed.
Okay. I'm going to bonus action dismiss them, so
Okay.
they're gone. And then I'm going to I'll use Mind Sliver on the pillarine that's there.
Okay.
It's a 17 intelligence.
Sure. You're gonna, as you reach out with this, we'll see how the roll goes, but you're definitely going to feel a very powerful mind as the target of this spell. This is their stat of choice. Yeah, they get a dirty 20.
Yeah.
But, they still take half damage or something with that one? Or no?
No, because it's a cantrip.
Okay.
Yeah. And then I'm going to holler out the sending that I got, the message. Going to share that information quickly.
All right.
So I'm trying to remember exactly what you said. That again, basically, weapon of mass destruction. We have to something about the arcane energy
Power
in
down
the
the core at the base of the
Cut
pillar.
off the power supply to the arcane core, then destroy core.
Yes, that. What she said.
Should have made you have to remember. That's fine. Okay, so that would be the end of your turn then, huh? And then, outside in the hallway, this guy's gonna get up. He is going to disengage to get away from Buster.
Does Buster get an opportunity attack?
Not
or-
when he uses
no?
disengage.
Got it. Okay.
But disengage also means that he doesn't get to make his own attack.
Got it.
And if he disengages, that's his whole turn. So he backs way off, and I think he actually is going to move into this room and slam the door because he's pretty hurt. Okay, and then the one that is here in this room, I think vaguely senses you moving into proximity with him,
Mhm.
Zinhorn, and is going to try to he's going to try to attack you with his phasing tentacles again, but with disadvantage because of because of his being blind and all. So with the disadvantage, that's a 16.
Miss.
All right, yeah, you dodge aside, and then Um, yeah, and then I think, yeah, he would normally be able to, yeah, he would normally be able to do something else on his turn in addition to that, but they all require him to be able to see. So he can't. That's the end of his turn. Buster's turn.
All right. Buster has one enemy that he can see
Well, there's the one. Yeah, so there's
to his
the
right.
slot that was just there, but certainly I. Oh yeah, you're right, and he can't see the other one anyway. So yeah.
Right.
Oh,
So-
also that the one talker there. Let me have him remake his Constitution save to beat the blindness. Still fails.
Ah. Oh.
Okay, so Buster.
Vertigo
Buster
is
V.
getting lots of mileage out of that spell today. All right. Buster is going to do his bite on the slot in front of him, and he gets a 25.
That hits.
20 points of damage.
Nice. And these guys are pretty strong. But let's see. Oh, that's a low roll. He got a 5, so definitely he's also knocked prone.
All right. So he is rolling with advantage. 23 to hit. And 28 points of damage.
Wow, there you go. Buster's pretty good at this.
Yep.
26?
26
Yeah.
and 26.
Yeah, so that slot is not entirely killed, but he is also now extremely hurt. But recall that these guys regenerate if you don't finish them.
Right.
All right. And so it is his turn now, and he is got less sense of self-preservation than the other one.
Then the pillarine.
Well, although the pillarine, you're not sure what it is that he's trying to do, because like you also know that they were all planning to blow themselves up collectively, so it might be that he has some plan other than just I'm scared.
Got it.
But yeah, so this slot on his turn is going to regenerate 10, and then he's going to first try to bite Buster. Gets a 24 to hit for 6 piercing.
That will hit.
But it will also trigger Buster's reaction.
Yep. And did he stand up?
Yeah, he would have stood up.
Okay. So I'm trying to figure out which does more. The bite does more.
So 23 to hit does
17
hit.
points.
17 does not, again, completely take him down. And if he, let's see, makes a strength saving throw, fails again, so he's knocked prone again, and he's going to use the second half of his movement to stand up again. And so he is going to make his remaining attacks, but he is like, wobbling and falling to pieces as you watch.
Okay.
So 17 to hit, I think misses on Buster, right?
That will miss on Buster.
And then 11 to hit. So yeah, he is wobbling around so hurt that he is not succeeding on his follow-up attacks there.
All righty.
All right, that guy's banished. Zinhorn, you're up again.
Okay. I am going to say, Buster, come to me.
Mm-hmm.
And then I am going to wail on this guy in front of me. What do I want to do? I am just going to use my my mace.
Okay. All right. Remember to roll with advantage. With that 24 is already going to hit.
Okay. I'm just going to roll again.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll see if I get I got a 16.
Nice. So it's definitely hits.
Right.
Go ahead and roll damage. 18. Oh man. So This guy has 2 hit points. Yeah.
Do I have a bonus action? I do, but my spiritual weapon's on the other side of the room. So I am just I did not cast a spell this round, so I can do healing word as a bonus action
Mm-hmm.
at 3rd level on myself.
Okay.
How hurt is everyone? Should I do mass healing word?
So that's
I'm good.
one nod.
I
That's
would-
one no.
I
I'm
would
still full.
say that when you look at me, you see like my eyeball hanging out, but that's just me.
Okay.
But that could just be, the day. That's the thing that
Yeah, like
Zay's decided to do today.
All right.
it could just be
it's-
I'm trying to scare people. Who knows?
It's an affectation.
Wait, don't you have horrible visage or some spell like that?
No, that's
Oh,
not
no,
your,
that's-
that's a different
That's Laudna.
mhm.
Give me one sec. Where do I get the?
Yeah, I don't think you should waste it just yet,
Mhm.
honestly. Like if nobody else needs it,
Well,
then
Buster
you're
needs
okay.
it.
Yeah.
Okay. Then,
So,
then yeah, I'll
I
take
mean-
some. I'm not
Then
gonna
you're
say
just gonna-
no.
or Vertigo's got a headache. That's about it.
Mhm.
All
Yeah.
right,
So
well,
it sounds like So I mean, up to you.
all right. Everyone's gonna get 21 points back.
All right.
So someone else can have mine. I can't do anything with it.
Unfortunately, it doesn't work that way. It's yeah.
The words
But-
fall on deaf ears.
Mm.
They're out of tone. You can't keep a beat.
Well, no, I think
It
it
gives
probably
me a
feels
warm,
nice,
fuzzy
right?
feeling.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
like
warm
it's like,
fuzzies.
oh, yeah. But
Yep.
no wounds to heal. All right.
Your hair
Okay.
straightens.
Zaleen. That last pillory is
I-
like, about to collapse.
On Death's Door.
Yeah,
Okay, so I will Eldritch Blast it.
gotcha. Rolling with
Because that's-
advantage. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. The 15 would have missed, but the 26 certainly hits. So. And yeah.
There's
So-
just one with advantage though, right?
No, all of them would
Or
have
all
advantage
three of
because
them?
he's blind.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But the first one is enough to just collapse his skull and he just drops.
Oh.
So you can continue
Okay.
blasting him as he lays on the
I
ground
will.
moving. Yeah.
I'm gonna obliterate him.
Yeah. Stop! He's already dead. No.
So 2 29s and
Yeah.
a bunch of damage.
All right. Yeah. So that guy's gone, and at least right now, this room is clear. The room is clear. All right. Anything
Right.
else on your turn, Saline?
I think I am going to try to I'm gonna hold on to Lynn and try to move half my movement, pulling her with me.
Are you cooperative in this effort, Lynn?
Sure.
Like we're just gonna go right here.
All right. Whoop. All right.
Then that's it.
Okay.
Oh yeah, you did have double advantage because I gave you advantage from the
Silvery
From-
barbs.
silvery barbs. Yeah,
mhm.
that's
Yeah.
what you were
So
thinking. Why you only had one?
yeah, but yeah,
That's
he,
why I was confused.
he
Yeah.
Yeah.
was still blind though, so you had advantage for that reason as well.
Yeah.
Okay. So that was Zaylene's turn. Vertigo.
I think we need to find a different route. And fast. But I don't know which way it is. I can't see this one that's out here as well, right? Just
Well, you know that I think you can see through the doorway that Buster is fighting something in that direction.
right. If I do move over, say here, do I get an actual chance to see something?
Yeah, I'll say from right there, you would have 3/4 cover. Maybe another 10 feet south, and I'd say he has half cover.
I don't think I can get 10 feet south. I can get 5
Okay.
feet south.
Yeah, so I would say right there he has 3/4 cover.
Okay. Then Vertigo will launch, seeing what it is, will launch a chill touch out the
Okay,
door.
that's a save
No, it's a
attack roll. So yeah, so
attack roll.
you have to get 5 higher than you normally would.
Yeah.
These guys are
which-
pretty tough looking too.
Why is that not? Okay, let's try this one.
Yeah,
Yep, that's no good.
9's not going to do it. Sorry. Okay.
That's it?
Yep. All right, Lynn.
Let's see. I'm assuming there's some pillarine bodies around here, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay. So are they wearing like some kind of a cloak or something?
Yeah,
Like,
they've got like very sort of
hooded thing.
simple robes. You have been given to understand that part of being a pillarine is having something done to you so that you will not be subject to the pillar's temptations or accidentally activate it. And so it would seem as a result, just looking at these individuals, that although that gives them some degree of other kinds of powers, perhaps, it does not improve their fashion sense. So these are very boring robes.
Well, it's okay that they're boring. Just need to like just want to steal their clothes.
Okay.
Disguises. It's like, guys, come on, shut the door, get in here. We gotta disguise ourselves.
Just kind of look
Okay.
over at Buster and then look down at himself.
So,
and Vertigo
so
raises
this-
an eyebrow.
Let's go ahead and roll for Buster, since everyone else is kind of effectively out of initiative here. This slot has 6 hit points, so let's see if Buster just goes ahead and finishes him off before pulling back in.
Okay.
I think he was not left prone, but yeah, 19 will still hit and kills him. And so Buster is able to withdraw into the room. And I'll say that at least for the moment, we're out of initiative, but you know that outside this room, there's more enemies all around. So it would be easy to just re-enter initiative by, being caught by anyone. But at least for the moment, it seems you've made this room temporarily safe, and we're out of initiative.
Okay. And I am going. I can do. What does spare the dying do? Oh. if they have
That's
spare
only
the
if something's unconscious and making death
Right.
saves.
I think the problem here. Okay, how many? We have enough corpses, right, for all of us?
Yeah. There was a bunch of basically the minion ones that were.
That's never a phrase that I like starting a conversation with.
Yeah, well,
Oh,
so there's only like one maybe small problem that I can see here. It's like one of these things is not like the other. Well, Buster is also not like us, but Vertigo, how would you feel about getting a little taller?
Never really needed it.
Well, if we're going to pull off a disguise, I think you need to just a little bit,
Well,
a foot
I
or
could
two.
try fly. I would be able to hover at that
Oh,
point.
no,
I
that's-
don't really have
that's-
anything else that.
Well, I can polymorph you. I can change you. Like you know how I changed myself?
Right. That's something
Yeah.
you can do, though. That's your
Right,
own.
but I have a spell that allows me to do it to someone else.
Oh,
Would you be open to this? I'm not going to force you.
it's an intriguing idea. I've never really studied that branch of magic, so I'd be curious to see how it works.
All right. I'm gonna.
Well,
What
okay.
spell is this?
I would like.
polymorph.
Polymorph.
Can't polymorph into a humanoid though.
Cannot?
No, it's
Only
beast
if it's
only.
true polymorph.
Ugh.
Yeah, sorry.
Okay, well. What was that
While they're
again?
having this discussion, I would
How
like
about
to
this? I will-
animate.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, while they're having this discussion, trying to figure out how polymorph works, I would like to animate the pillarines, the
Okay.
dead ones.
How
Oh,
many?
no.
How many do you get that way?
4.
Okay.
I'm gonna do it at level 5. So
Mhm.
I can assert control over 2 additional undead for each slot above 3rd level. So you said there's 4?
Yeah.
Yeah, I will just
Okay.
all of them.
All right.
Well-
so
I don't
yeah,
like
and
that. I don't
what?
like it.
So you'll have to track their stats because I don't have those readily available. But
Mhm.
I'll put
I will.
this yellow dot will indicate that they are your thralls. Are they as zombies or skeletons? That's how the spell works, right?
A bones or a corpse of a medium or small humanoid range. It imbues the target with a foul mimicry of life, raising it as an undead creature. The target becomes a skeleton if you choose bones, or a zombie
I
if you
see.
choose a
Okay, so
corpse.
zombies. Gotcha.
I really should
Yeah.
turn around and dispel them.
Just a reaction.
Saline, get down.
At your level, they just vanish, right? So
Yeah.
Yes,
destroy
at my
them,
level,
they-
they would
Didn't I do that? And I did that to James in campaign 1, didn't I?
I think you did, yeah. So they're just
Well,
like
they're-
zombies, right?
Yeah.
Your plan might still work, Lynn. The limitations on polymorph, from what I understand, are non-humanoid, but there are a lot of useful non-humanoid creatures.
Oh,
Well,
what if you made him a
and-
dinosaur?
I don't think I'd fit through the door.
Wow.
So another thought could just make you invisible.
Yep. Because you're going to need to make Buster invisible, won't you?
Well,
Speaking
okay.
of which, I'm going to heal
One of us
Buster.
will.
Well, Buster could
Wait a
go into the
minute.
tower for now.
I was
and
going to
so
say
could
that
I.
too.
Okay.
Okay.
I
Do
need
you
to
want
do
to go
some
into
reading
the tower
anyway.
with
think that-
Buster? Okay.
Okay, so who's but Vertigo and Buster are going into the tower? Is
As
that-
long as he promises to behave.
Okay.
Yeah. Just tell him to go get Small. He'll run through the doors.
Can somebody just like carry the tower and Vertigo has the door open and can just look and
No,
see when we're in
the door
No.
you can't see through the doorway. It's
Ah.
a planar portal sort of deal.
Nah,
Yeah.
boo.
Sorry.
So,
Okay.
but that's okay. Like, if we need to, we can just like.
Well,
And go in real
actually,
quick and come
Zaleen,
back
you
out.
can just eject us from the tower whenever you want, can't you?
That is true. Yeah.
Where has
can
that
do
been all campaign?
Well, I think
It's
it's
like a
an
thing.
action or something, right? I think
Yeah.
it's so you would have to use an action for it at least, but
But that's so much more efficient than going in the tower, telling
Well,
them the thing,
yeah,
coming back out of the
but-
tower.
well,
It's like 3 rounds.
okay.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah, but I mean, that one time we had to do it, I was like, oh, I'm gonna get a drink while I'm in here. You know, it works out.
I'll try to
So
make sure
can-
that I'm
can
ready
you-
to go at any point in time, just in case.
Can
Okay.
you have your well,
Is
you,
the
you
concern-
animated
Is the concern here just that he wouldn't the disguise wouldn't work for him because he's too small? Is that the worry?
yeah, that's kind of the worry.
Okay.
Although maybe I haven't. Do I have some kind of illusion spell? I don't think so.
You got a pair of scissors.
He's got to read. It's okay.
There's a lot of things to look
It'll
up
be
on.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so
I just wanted to make sure I understood what the issue was.
but now we have 4 reanimated pillarines that need to get naked, and that's kind of gross.
Only 3 of them do. I mean, they don't have to get totally naked.
Well, I think that there were more that were in here because that you definitely that there was another 3 pillarines
Okay.
worth of robes. So
Okay,
I'm gonna
I will
temporarily
actually
set the
specifically
Vertigo
take.
and Buster tokens off the map just because they're not present in the room. Unless you're sticking, we'll say Vertigo's here in the room until you're moving.
I'm going to personally take the robes of the fancier pillarine,
Mm-hmm.
because I can change my face.
Yeah.
So I can actually look like that dude.
Mm-hmm. You can.
Oh my gosh, you're gonna break your own rule again.
He's dead though. It's okay, right?
Okay, I guess.
So
I
Look,
don't
you
man,
know.
our
will
time
become
He's
in the
the
moon
dead
also
shadowed
people?
representative
sea.
of a cult that is planning to blow up the world. So I
Right.
think.
And
So what
Yeah.
you're
and
saying is
our
there's
time in the moon
chances.
shadowed sea changed me.
Yeah.
Literally. Oh.
Okay.
Okay. So, Vertigo is in the tower, and Buster, and now we're wearing someone else's clothes.
Mm-hmm.
Just kind of like keep the hoods pulled up, like keep your faces.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
How are those wings fitting underneath?
I think
You
I
can
think it
pull them
looks
close.
awkward. It would be the sort of thing that if someone were to look closely, they might wonder what's up.
I mean,
but
we're also technically carrying backpacks and all kinds
Yeah.
of weapons, and
Right.
yeah,
Also, who's
Go
to
with the
say some
fiction.
of the Pillarines aren't Dragonborn?
they
well,
all seem
so
to be
remember that they
universally
are
gray
all
and
the sort of the Denutherian race that are
Me.
like Carolina is, and so
Yeah.
they're able to
Oh.
change themselves, and some of them have changed themselves in a variety of different ways. But all of the Pillarines have made themselves look more or less, very like bland. They all look like the sort of the gray-skinned neutral.
got it.
I'm going to command my zombie horde
Mm-hmm.
to act natural.
Me
Be yourselves.
Okay, so we know if we go outside this room, we're gonna be facing like Pillarines probably won't attack us if we mind ourselves, but like those slots are gonna be problematic.
Well, then we just avoid them.
How about were you still gonna do Pass Without a Trace?
Yes. Yes, I will cast Pass Without a Trace
All right.
using my fancy weapon. If I can find it.
Okay.
So,
So, I think what as you peek out the door, you definitely notice that at least in the immediate vicinity of this hallway, because you had kind of already pulled the people that were fighting in the hallway right outside, you see that there's fighting going on in a lot of these sort of adjoining rooms. Some of the doors are closed, some of them are not. You see that there is at least one slot and at least one of these Pillarines that are sort of exchanging blows, like further down the hallway to the east here. And then you see the relatively clear hallway towards the west, but you also, like you don't know what's behind any of these doors. So there's no one sort of immediately like blocking your path, depending on if you wanted to go to the west or to any of these other hallways. But what you also know is that you seem to be in like a dormitory wing.
So, from where we were on the outside,
Mm-hmm.
like, do we know kind of in relation to the big front door? I don't know.
So
like
yeah,
where we
so
are.
if you had been outside facing the front door, you are on like the left wing of the main fortress is where you went in. So to go towards that big main door would be going west from here.
All right.
So on this map, that big main door is north. It's on the north side.
Okay. So, do we want to move towards the center or see if we can find a door that's maybe leading through back passages to get where we need to go?
Um, uh, do we have any idea where the pillar is? Or
Well,
So-
even
the
what
fortress
shape
is
of
around
this-
it.
Yeah, so this fortress, so imagine, a ring wall that goes all around the summit, right?
Okay.
Most of that is kind of just wall, but then part of that wall is sort of bigger and more reinforced as a fortress. That's what you're in right now. So
Okay.
to go to the pillar would be going south, but you don't actually know where there might be doors to go there or not. You would imagine it's highly controlled.
Okay.
And yeah, they're probably going to
so-
limit
But
the amount
yes,
of
from where
egress.
you are towards the pillar would be south. Away from the
Yeah.
pillar would be north.
It sounds like we need to move it, generally speaking, in a southerly direction, and it's just going to take us. I mean, like, we're going to be nice if we had a map or something. Can we
Hmm.
check? I'm going to check these guys' pockets to see if,
And
like
also,
anyone's got a map or something.
your zombies can't actually like communicate or anything, right? They're just dumb.
Yeah. So,
command them to take us to the
what I'll
pillar?
say is, make.
I was just gonna say, could we
have you
command
have
them
you
to do
peeked
that?
in? You've peeked out the hallway, right?
Right.
So, make. Anyone who's peeked out of the hallway can make an insight check. This
Okay.
is just like looking at sort of the layout and the design and trying to sort of glean what maybe makes sense there. Oh, look, a natural 20.
Two
Wow, oh,
natural 20s.
Okay. You know what those two natural 20s mean is that you two are both so insightful that you immediately see signs on the wall, one of which says this way to main hangar and laboratory wing. The other way, and that's to the west. And then you see that you are currently in the dormitory wing, and you see a sign that says to the east, pillar access parentheses restricted.
So hangar kind of implies vehicles, possibly flying ones.
Recall that big open door you saw, there was a big ramp with a great big door. But you also know that like this is a place that like constructs are, made and move around and exist. So
Yeah.
like,
So giant constructs.
but yes, certainly hangar sounds like that likely would be that big door you saw.
So it seems to me if we can acquire some transportation, we can probably get to the pillar a lot faster.
Recall though,
Oh,
there's a shield
core.
like you cannot see the pillar from outside. So even in the fortress, you would need to find like this whole place is designed to prevent people from going to the pillar. It's not going to be easy to do. Also, the arcane core is not the pillar. That's not.
Right.
Yeah.
But
Right.
might find some clues near the laboratory.
I mean, yeah. So
I mean,
I'm
there's
just,
a thing that says restricted. I'm thinking that's where we want to go.
It depends on what you're trying to do.
I feel like that's going to be where most of the people are concentrated, where all the fighting is, and we're trying to avoid that. So if we can find a better
Mhm.
way to get where we want to go,
It does require you to go through the area of thickest fighting right now.
right?
But it also leads to the pillar, which, depending on what you want to do.
I don't know that we have enough healing spells between all of us to get through too much more of like what was just in this one room. So I'm gonna vote for going towards the hangar and the laboratories.
Okay. And
It's up
what
for
are,
discussion.
what was on the thing on the message? What did he say on the message?
The weapon of mass destruction, you need to shut it down or destroy it. It's
Right,
the
but we need
arcane
to
core.
Cut off
At
the
the base of the
power
pillar?
supply to the arcane core.
Right.
then destroy core.
Right.
Which
You
might be in the
don't think he
laboratories.
would have called the pillar an arcane core.
Right. So we don't need to go to the pillar. We need to go to the arcane core,
Yes.
which um, is either going to be in the laboratory or what's the thing that says restricted?
That was to the
Pillar
pillar.
access.
Yeah. So we don't need to do that.
Laboratories, right?
Yep. I
Okay.
think-
Yep, let's
Let's go.
go.
All right, so
Come
you're,
on,
you're planning to
zombies.
sneak off to the west. I would like everyone to make a stealth check with advantage, unless you have something that would make it at disadvantage, in which case you do a straight roll. But you also all have pass without trace going, so add plus
What is
10.
that? A
Plus
10.
10. to
Plus
whatever.
10.
Stealth.
Natural 20.
Ooh,
29.
yeah. Okay. I think
26.
that although you see here and there through some of these doorways, you see some of these other pillarines, you see some fighting going on here and there. Nobody seems to pay you much attention as you're traveling with a little cluster of, you've got the robes, you've got the, your movements are quiet. Nobody pays you any particular attention. You're able to move into this next hallway here, which I will.
We
just-
succeeded at a stealth roll.
Yeah, you sure did.
This might be the first
Yeah.
one in the whole campaign.
So, and I'll go ahead and say, I imagine you close the door behind you. There doesn't seem to be any, ahead of you seems to be less, there's less active fighting here. This is not where the combat is thickest. You don't know that that means that the rest of the base is abandoned. Probably not. But in this hallway, at least, you can see that it says that, the next door over says, main hangar, but also this door to the north says elevator.
That one.
Yeah,
Yep.
it's time to go down into the
Um,
arcane core.
So,
Elevator go down.
so you open the elevator door and you see that it doesn't look like it's big enough for all of you to go at once.
All right, get in the tower.
Yep.
Okay, that's easily
Okay.
handled. Yeah. So, you all are going to emerge then on the next level. It seems to go, there's only two apparent choices for this elevator. Like it's the level you're on or you go up one level. Those are the only
Going up.
choices for that elevator. So, as you are emerging from this elevator here, let me reveal a bit more of what you're seeing. Let me check my notes here. Yeah, so what you see is that in this area, you see some hallways that are at least not immediately occupied. And on the far side, like the north wall up here, you see to the west, there's a sign that says Hangar Mezzanine. And then to the right, it says Maintenance.
Oh, we're down here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maintenance, maybe?
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll keep looking
That's
for
boring.
more
Nobody will
signs.
be there.
Hopefully.
That's the plan.
Famous last words.
Mhm.
Right? Everybody will be there.
Yeah. All right. So, as you as you move up in that direction, so there's a door right here that doesn't have any specific label on it. The door that's, as I mentioned, on the north wall here says that going to the east is maintenance. So this door doesn't say specifically what it is. But then I think you lean forward, you're still moving stealthily, I would assume.
Yeah.
So I'll just go ahead and say, Lynn, you sort of peek around and you see that in the hallway to the east here, there is a big blue slot wandering around looking bored. like he's looking. He was looking for someone to fight and is not finding anyone.
I'm gonna do one of those like what do you always see in the movies, like the hand motions that like
Mm-hmm.
that guy, just like trying to
First
communicate
word
like with my
sounds
hands.
like
Mhm.
wait, turns into charades.
Yeah, we can see
Popcorn?
you like
What's popcorn
dancing
considered?
around like.
There's a door to our right we could try.
Mhm.
Point at the door.
I'm just gonna go to the door.
Okay.
I don't know what's going on. I'm like,
Sure.
okay, whatever. Come on,
Are you
zombies.
opening the door stealthily? I'm going to assume for the moment that
Yes.
you're doing everything stealthily, unless there's something that was just fundamentally incompatible with that.
Yeah.
So you open that door and you see an empty room that doesn't have any other like entrances or exits for it. But it appears to be a like a supply closet. There's like various like shelves with like clean new versions of the robes. There's various other like office supplies sorts of things. There's some basic cleaning supplies stuff, although you would gather this place is so magically oriented, they probably clean everything through prestidigitation. But then there's like some basic spell components and stuff like that in here. It seems to be just like it's a supply closet or,
Okay.
supply room.
I
When
would
we're
like
in
to
here,
peek.
blue slot just around the corner.
Okay. Were there any other like I would ask like about these other doors up here
Mm-hmm.
because I'm just having this ridiculous Scooby Doo moment in my head where we're like topping in and out of these doors
Mm-hmm.
with the slot going in one and us coming out the other side. Oh, that's just what I'm seeing in my head right now.
That's amazing, and I love it.
It's our montage. So, I would like to see if we can monitor his movement from like a stealth position, and when he has his back turned, maybe like
Mm-hmm.
poof, across the hallway through one of these doors.
Okay.
So here's a thought.
What?
I could use the hither thither wand again. I could put one portal in here. We can go out. I can put the other portal underneath him. But we have to like secure this door so that he can't get out.
Does this door look like it has a way to lock it?
It does not look like it is designed to be locked because it's not like you're already
you-
inside a secure fortress, and it seems to be relatively mundane supplies in here. That's not to say you couldn't obstruct it or damage it in some way, but it doesn't just have a regular lock.
Thane, do you still have what is it? Stone shape stone? Something is it?
I don't think I have that right now, unfortunately, because we weren't using it, so I
that would have
added
been
something
fun.
else. Yeah, I know. Doesn't Vertigo have like some kind of locking thing?
Arcane
Like a
lock,
spell?
maybe?
Yeah.
Yeah. So speaking of
Is that a
which,
thing?
you certainly are aware right now there you're not seeing a lot of other like pillarines around. But Vertigo, what are you doing while you're hanging out in there? Are you just staying right by the door ready, or?
I'm literally going through my 5 volumes of notes.
Okay. Yeah. So I
Nothing
think
to
you're
do
all
with
you're all
mine.
seeing that at least right now. Other parts of the fortress you've seen so far are relatively, all of the action was going on down there. So you suspect that most of the fortress personnel are down there defending the base. Doesn't mean all of them would be, but yeah. So I'm just aware of Mark not getting to do anything right now.
Well, now we need him.
Yeah, I'm gonna pop him right out of the tower.
Alright.
Just be like, get out.
All right.
Literally with
you've
book
been
in
called
hand.
upon. Yeah. Oop.
Are we there yet?
It's like a Pokemon. Oh my god.
Mhm.
Vertigo, I
Vertigo,
choose you.
I choose you.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm moving your token down. Yeah.
Oh, dear.
What is it? Are we in danger? Are we there yet? Where are we?
Don't you
This is
know
a
how to, like-
hallway.
Hey, shh, there's a dude over there, and Lynn has this amazing idea, but we would need to lock him. Do you have, like, arcane lock?
Well, I hadn't prepared it for today, but I could do that. If it's extraordinarily important, however.
It
Well,
is.
we're trying to avoid fighting him, and so we need to seal the door in some way.
True, I can call upon Solomonia's gift, but that's only once per day. I was hoping it might be something more important than locking a door.
Well, do you have other ideas?
Just one of them?
Yes, as far as we know.
I could try banishing him. I mean, he uses up spells, but it also recharges my shield.
We could try that again, but that other one seemed to disappear relatively easily.
Mhm. You have you hear some thumping from that hallway as it seems to be like sort of half-heartedly bashing on some of the doors.
Aside from that, I don't really have much way of sealing the door. I can do it if needed.
Well, we can try to banish him first, and if that doesn't work, Lynn, be at the ready with the hither
Well,
thither.
I would have to cast the first portal here and then do the other thing. And I don't really want to waste the charges if we have another way to do this because we can't seal the door.
So, this thing is between us and where we want to be, right?
Yes.
Yes.
So why not just put your portal on the other side of him?
Because I need to see where we're going and I can't yet. There's doors and stuff and he's in the way.
But you can be invisible, right?
Yeah, but he's taking up like the whole hallway.
Big guy.
I can move you down the hallway. That's not so tough. Spends more magical resources. I'm not really sure the door would hold, but I mean, we can certainly try the simplest plan. Let's see.
Sometimes the
I mean,
simplest
or we
plan
can
is the
just fight
best.
him. Like, that's an option. But I thought we were trying to avoid that.
Yeah, I mean,
That would take
we need
time.
to. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and we don't want to like cause a ruckus.
Easiest option, I think, is banishment. If you guys are okay
Okay.
with that.
I'm gonna pop around the corner and banish that guy. Maybe, hopefully.
All right.
Oh no, I was going to. Okay.
But your spells are way better than mine and more capable. So
That's a 14 on the charisma save.
bzzz, he's gone for like 1 minute. So we gotta hurry.
Yeah. I'm gonna say actually that when you held the last one for a minute, it didn't come back.
Oh,
Now you suspect that with all the current tears, it might be able to just go to another tear and come back again, but it couldn't just pop right back to where it was before. Like it might not
Out of
be
our hair.
prevented from coming back into the material plane, but it can't do so just right where it left from.
They're not from around here.
All right.
All right, well,
Alrighty.
good luck. He walks over to the tower.
it'd be really funny if I had to give you permission to be inside. You're like just trying to get.
Here I'm gonna give you, Jenny, control over these
My zombies.
zombie tokens.
The
yeah.
zombie
Horde.
horde.
Let me delete the ones that are I can then I'll just copy the one that I've given you control over. Okay, so you should be able to move those guys now.
Yep.
All
I
right.
can.
So tell me what you want to do.
You walked all the way down there already.
Mm.
Wow. Come on, zombies.
So none of these doors have other additional labels on them. You just saw that like this is apparently the maintenance wing.
I think we should check
I want to peek in this door here.
Okay.
the one that you're in front of.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So this room right here, I'm sort of revealing them to track where you've gone, not because I have a lot of stuff necessarily on the map in each room, but as you look into that room, you see that this room has a lot of different shelves of what look like components of their arcane technologies. You know, there are various like machine apparatus stuff, and the various like all of the machines, like the elevators and the vehicles and everything. You're seeing like parts of all of that stuff in here.
Just parts. Next one. But no other doors in there.
No,
Are those windows? Okay.
so lots of
I
different
would
parts of
like-
various machines and so on. But that's what all it's in there.
I would like to turn to my zombie friends
Mm-hmm.
and ask them. They can't answer me like with their mouth, but they can understand me.
Okay.
I would like to ask them if they could take us to the core.
Okay. Do they have memories?
They can't speak. It just says that they understand all languages.
Well,
It's
but I
spoken
don't
life,
know.
but they
I don't
can't
know that they
speak, so
have
I don't
any
know.
memory of their former life. I think you have basically just
Mm.
taken an empty shell, and it's not like Speak with Dead. How about this? I will let you make a hard DC religion check to see if you can tap into the brain's memories. About this.
Can I assist her?
Natural 20.
Holy shit. Okay, yeah. Okay. You guys are getting a lot of clutch natural 20s here. Okay, so yes, I think you recognize normally this is not how it works. But you find that maybe something about the way that these Pillarines have modified their brains has made it so that a lot of what they knew in life is preserved even now that the soul has departed the body. They've been raised as abominations of the undead variety. But they, you say to the core, and they kind of nod and they start shuffling off to the west.
Okay.
All right.
So, we will follow them.
I mean, you're going to do that without
Um,
checking the other rooms, or?
I mean, we can check the other rooms.
I mean, you
before
all
we
tell
go.
me what you want to do.
I don't think we need to check the other rooms. I'll take rear guard.
Okay.
And the two of you can be at the front, and hopefully nothing
Or
will
in the-
sneak up behind us.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
So, yeah, we're
So,
just gonna follow them.
so yeah, they're starting to move to to this door here, and you see that yeah. So you're following a sign that says to hangar mezzanine.
Okay.
Um,
So it's a trap.
well, you can drag a box around them rather than moving them individually if that's easier. But
Probably.
as they open the door, it reveals the hangar mezzanine. And you can see that this is a big open space with a relatively, like the ceiling's not super high in here, but you see that this big area in the middle is completely open. There's not even a railing or anything like that, and it's open to what looks like a large hangar below. It looks like it's a 40-foot drop to the next level down. But also, what you see as you enter the room is there's a red slide on patrol in there. And when he hears the door open, he turns. And so I think probably it's the your zombies that he would see first opening the door. So I think even though you've just sort of moved them, I think they would probably be right there. But when the door opens, he turns. And so I think we're going to roll initiative.
Okay.
Alrighty.
Zombies.
Did you actually go back in the tower, Vertigo?
He did.
All right. Okay.
So zombies
Sorry, my
have a
system froze up
minus
there for a second.
2.
Okay.
Yes, he did because he can't stealth with anything. So.
Sure. Well, you also all got passed without trace, though. So.
Nope, he was
Okay.
inside the box at the time.
Are you?
All right.
Okay? I would have allowed you to be outside in order to get passed without trace, but however you want to handle it is fine.
Are you gonna bring Buster out?
I mean,
I can
yeah, y'all tell me.
If
Yeah,
you-
please do.
think we need him. Yeah.
I mean,
So I will
you're-
summon Buster,
Okay.
and
Okay.
for my zombies, it doesn't have on the sheet that I'm using like an initiative. So are they just on my initiative?
I think they would normally roll their own initiative.
That's
Which
what
for-
I thought.
For a zombie, it would just be the zombie dex, which I think is low.
Is -2.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, and then let's re-roll. Their initiative. Okay.
Okay, I can roll them real quick.
Okay, and then so Lynn, I think you're going to get to go first. Because I don't think the zombies are capable of rolling. No, I would say roll one for all four of them.
One.
Don't.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I was
don't-
just
Yeah, let's
Okay.
let's have one
So
turn for all
their
of them.
initiative is 1.
Okay. All right.
Okay, let's see. So
So
just the one guy, huh?
yeah, that's all you see at the moment, anyway.
Okay. We'll start off easy. We're gonna start off with Mind Sliver.
Okay. That is the intelligence save.
Yes, 17.
Yeah. Int, Wiz, Charisma, not these guys back. So yeah, that's a fail. 7.
All right, so that's 12 damage, and then let's see. First time it makes a saving throw before the end of my next turn, and it subtracts a d4.
Great. Okay. Nice. Buster's turn.
All right. Buster is doing the diving tackle bite.
Nice. Make the strength save. Yeah, I got a natural 20 on the strength save, so that's gonna.
Buster probably missed.
Oh yeah, well, so it's moot anyway. So yeah, the 10 misses with the bite.
So he's gonna go for the 2 claws.
Mm-hmm. 15
15.
hits. Yeah.
Uh,
19 damage, even just without the bludgeoning.
yep.
Yeah. All right. And then a
16 to hit.
16 also hits for only 10 on that one. But yeah, okay. You know, some significant damage to him right off the bat. But now it is his turn. He is going to regenerate a little bit. And then he is going to attack Buster in kind. First with, he's going to try to do his own bite. Did it not go? Here we go. 18 to hit.
Yes.
Okay, and then the first claw, that's a crit
Ooh.
for, it's going to be 9 piercing damage, and I need a Constitution saving throw for Buster.
Okay.
And then a dirty 20.
23. On the
Yeah, certainly
Constitution
saves on
save.
that. But then the second claw attack is a 20 to hit for 10 damage, and I need another save.
Okay. That's gonna fail.
Okay. You see, Buster has been wounded, and you don't necessarily know how the feels, but you see that one of those wounds starts looking like it's inflamed.
Okay.
All right,
So
Vertigo.
So I'm assuming Vertigo was popped out at the same time
Well,
Buster was.
I mean, yeah, I would assume so, unless you were like, it's like you just got set back down.
Kind of looks over at the red. Oh. And draws an enormous X with his pen wand.
Mm-hmm.
Focuses on it so it becomes even brighter. And I'll cast Banishment, and I will heighten it to make it more difficult.
Okay, well, so yeah, that's probably going to be a bad roll. So
Disadvantage and then the,
Yeah.
the
disadvantage
subtraction.
and also the minus d4. So okay, so at disadvantage, so the two rolls were a 5 and a 4. So with disadvantage, it's a 4, and then a minus 1 for the 1d4. So yeah, it fails. So also banished. Poof.
And the shield around Vertigo grows a little stronger.
Nice. Okay. You hear some grunting down through this big open area. And if you were to stealthily peek over the side, you see that on the level below, there's a blue slot looking around like it heard something, but it doesn't seem to understand what happened. But there is one down there on the lower level of the hangar.
I'm gonna cast Remove Curse on Buster.
Okay. All
Probably
right.
safer not to get disrupted. So I'm back into the tower.
Sure. Okay.
All right.
All right. So, you see across from you to the west is a door that is that I think it says power supplies and recharge cables. On this one to the left here. There's another elevator door right here. From where you are, this doorway is open, but you can't really see much into the room yet. There doesn't seem to be a sign for it, but there's something glowing coming from in there. And then there's another door down here that says power generation.
Power generation. Do we think that might be the core?
Well, yeah, it said to kill the power to the core, then destroy the core, right?
So we would need to shut the power first, and then
That I mean, if that's power generation, that's where we want to be.
Let's do it. Going for the
All
door.
right.
All right, so as you are moving down towards there, I would assume that you glance over to look in this other room, right?
Hmm.
Mhm.
Did Buster go back in the tower too, or
Yeah.
okay? So, whoops. So as you move down and you are, glancing over there, and I need everyone to make a wisdom save.
16.
The zombies too.
It's a 6. Gonna assume it's a no.
Yeah. Yeah, that's gonna the fail as well. Yeah. I think a 15 just saves. So Zinhorn saves, Zalien saves. So a 16 on the die, but what is the wisdom modifier for those zombies?
I know I was getting to it. It's actually -2, so it's only
Okay.
Or no, it's -2, so it's
So it means
14.
so they you know what? I'll allow you to roll separately for each because something's going to happen to the ones that fail. So if you want, you can roll 3 more.
Yeah, so they all failed.
Yeah. Lynn and all 4 zombies, as soon as you see sort of this little glowing beacon thing that's in there, you just realize that is the most amazing thing that I have ever seen. And you cannot make yourself do anything other than use your full movement speed to walk towards it. Now, it does not mean you're going to like walk into the hole, but you want nothing more than to be close to this thing.
Like I feel like the eyes would get big and like dilate and like in a very like animated kind of way.
Yeah. And so Zaleen and Zinhorn, you made the save, so you are not compelled in
Mhm.
this way, but you definitely detect there's a
Oh.
magical influence going on. And Lynn and the zombies would start immediately, like. So I think we can kind of do a loose initiative here, but the zombies are gonna start.
Does psychic resistance just mitigate psychic damage?
Yes, unless it says something else.
Okay.
So I think the zombies are going to be moving in that direction. I'm just going to kind of move their tokens over there. So they're starting off around that way. Okay, I'm trying to. Let's have everybody where you're going to be here, right? So I'm just going to say that right now you've all, so the zombies and Lynn are heading, intently over in that direction. And you are not going to have an opportunity to really do anything else about that for the moment. Zaleen and Zinhorn, you realize that they have just, like, Lynn was about to go into this other room, glanced over there, and then immediately just, it's like, oh, and just ran over there.
Do I
Shiny.
have any idea what the like the power level of that thing might be?
How about make an Arcana check?
Okay. That would be a 7.
Yeah, you're not sure.
I'm gonna try dispel magic at 4th level.
Okay. Dispel magic is not going to work automatically, but you can make your check with your spellcasting modifier to see if you can beat it. You're looking to beat an 18.
Okay. So what's my spellcasting modifier? Why can I never find anything?
It would be your wisdom.
Oh, +4.
Yeah.
All right. So a d20 +4.
Yeah, it looks like a 10's not
10.
going to do it. This thing resists your attempt to dispel it. Zaleen, do you have anything on this turn, or the next turn they're going to get to go into the room?
I'm thinking that's the
I
mind
would-
wipey thing.
Yeah. I kind of want to go down and open this door
Okay.
and see what is in here.
Yeah. You. I just realized I did a couple of competing things. So I'm going to. What you see in that room is a narrow stairway going up. But what you also see in the room is not the slot. The slot seems to be there. Like you see. At first you say like, oh, look, it's a slot, but then you realize like it looks strange, it's not moving, and then you watch and it kind of falls apart into little cubes.
Well, that's creepy. I don't think we
And then
should
the
go
cubes
in there.
dissolve into the silvery dust that you've seen.
Yeah.
But that is the door that says, power generation that way.
Right.
Okay, so on the next sort of opportunity, the zombies and Lynn are going to go into this room. And as you approach this thing, and as you're in the room, all of a sudden, from hidden slots in the walls and floor, a bunch of buzzsaws go. And so I need dexterity saves from everyone in there.
It's nice knowing you.
17 will save, so you're going to take half damage. We're looking for a 15, so looks like maybe one of your guys.
Only
needs a
one.
Save. But they all have their undead fortitude, so maybe even some of the,
Yes.
but those who fail are going to take 27 slashing damage.
Okay. So they're gonna roll
So
DC 5 plus the damage taken. So that's like 32.
yeah, so I think some of them are just into pieces, and
They're done.
yeah. One of them saved though, and is only going to take so 13.
Okay.
And then so yeah, Lynn, you saved, so you're going to take 13 slashing damage. And once you take the damage, you have the opportunity to repeat the wisdom saving throw. You still fail, and so you're annoyed and frustrated at these saws interfering with your me time with the orb. But you're not going to let that stop you. So yeah, you are still absolutely convinced that being close to this thing is the only option for you.
What's messed up is that I have this spell.
Yeah, I noticed that actually when I was preparing the traps. It's like, oh, she'll know what it is. It's actually working a little bit differently than the base level of the spell, but yeah. So in any case, are all the zombies gone? One remains. Okay. All right. So yeah. So Zinhorn, Zaleen, that just happened, and Lynn does not look like she is prepared to
do anything.
escape this obvious trap.
My precious.
So.
Oh dear.
I can't get there in time, but I am in range to try Dispel Magic again. This time at 5th level.
So remember when I said it's an 18, so the using a higher level spell slot's not going to change the roll at all.
Oh, okay. So I might as well cast it at 3rd.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's my last 3rd level slot. And I'm casting with my +4 wisdom, and I'm still gonna miss.
Yeah, unfortunately, that just that's still not gonna to do it.
Well,
unfortunately.
I'm also gonna move.
Okay.
30. I am flying.
Okay. All right, Zaleen, do you have any? We don't hear you right now.
I feel like I need to go in that place where I just saw that guy disintegrate, but I'm also like super scared to do it.
Yeah.
I mean, I think I'm just gonna brace myself and hope for the best.
All right. So I mean, if what you want to do is like maybe take a closer look at the room before you just run into it, you can. I'll let you make like an investigation check or something.
Okay, yeah, I will do that.
Okay. Go ahead and make an investigation check, or I guess a perception check would be okay too.
Oh,
look
I
at
would have done
24.
perception.
All right. Well, 24 investigation is pretty good. So you realize that there are several. You can see that several of these stairs have pressure plates on them,
Okay.
and that you see lots of like emitters on the walls that you suspect are going to do something if those pressure plates are activated. And the chunks of slod give you some indication of what that might be.
So because I see them, would it be easy to like sort of navigate around them?
Yes, you would have to go half speed up the stairs,
Mhm.
but you believe that you could do that.
Okay.
You could avoid
So
avoid the pressure plates with by going half speed, since you know which ones are there. They are.
okay. So I'm going to I'm gonna go
Mm-hmm.
and are these fives?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm gonna use my dash,
Okay.
my bonus action to dash. Can I do that?
Do
Or
you know?
my
Do you have a?
action,
Yeah, I was gonna
sorry.
say your
My
action. Yeah.
action.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I'm just gonna dash
Okay.
and hope for the best to get there the next
All right.
time and
Yep.
hope that Lynn isn't dead.
All right. So, Lynn, go ahead and make another dexterity saving throw as you get another round of these buzzsaws goes through.
Good at those, not so good at the wisdom ones. Oof. 17.
So you do save again, so that's only 15 buzzsaw damage for you. I assume the zombie failed the wisdom. Did you make the wisdom saving throw? Yeah. So make one for him after he took the damage the first time. It's going to be hard probably, but theoretically possible. But and if he failed, and yeah, so he's going to have to make this dex save as well. I'm a little bummed to just dispatch your zombies this way. But yeah, they're getting sliced to bits from this.
I can make more.
Yeah. So probably not from these. They're in pieces now. But I guess the bones, you could make them into skeletons now. But the so yeah, the zombies are gone. Did you take another 15 slashing damage, Lynn? And then you can make another wisdom saving throw. Wow. Nope. Yeah. So I think you actually move closer in, and you're just sitting there pondering this beautiful orb. It is the most beautiful thing you've ever seen, and you've seen some beautiful stuff, so you know what you're talking about. But this is it. This is the one. You feel like you could just hang out here for the rest of your life, however long that might be.
Not very long unless someone gets me the hell out.
Okay, so and then and also Vertigo just hanging out in the tower. All right, so Zinhorn.
Can I dash? I can dash, right?
Yeah.
All right. So I'm flying in to grab Lynn and pull her out.
Okay. Well, if you dash, that's kind of
That's
like,
it. Yeah. I get to her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I think you will be able to make a dexterity saving throw with advantage when the blades go by again because you're flying,
Okay.
but you're not immune to it
Got it.
because they kind of grow throughout the room here. But in the meantime, yeah, Zaleen, you're able to make it to the door, I would assume.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So
Yeah, so I can cross through.
yeah. So what you see is a big sort of a big piece of equipment here that has a label on it that says primary generator. It is a big, elaborate, sturdy-looking piece of equipment. Also, as soon as you pass through the threshold, the doorway closes behind you, and the room starts filling with gas.
Of course it does.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna hold my breath
Okay.
and
Yeah.
I would like to see if I can find a way to, like if there's an off switch or like a mechanism that you can use to like control it.
Okay, do you have enough movement to get up? The control panel seems to be this part up at the on the
The
north
top
end
of
here.
here?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, so I think you can make an investigation check, but it seems like if there are any controls, that's where they are on this thing.
Okay. All right. I will just make one to see if
Yeah.
I can see if there's anything
So
like.
what is your con modifier?
It is +1.
Okay, so that means basically you can theoretically hold your breath for 2 minutes, but also if you need to do anything that requires talking or verbal components, you will lose your held breath.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. So yeah, with that 16 of investigation, you recognize that whatever like shutdown process that it has is not trivial. There's not just going to be a big switch to pull.
Okay.
So you think that with a little more digging into it, you might find a way, but it's not going to be simple in that way that you might have hoped.
Okay.
All right. In the meantime, the room is filling with green clouds of toxic gas that you managed to hold your breath right away. So we'll see. Okay. In the meantime, let's get dexterity saves again from Lynn and Zinhorn with advantage. Okay, so that's another save. That's 2 saves. You both are going to take only 14 damage.
Okay.
Wow, Lynn, what's with the wisdom saves here?
I have a +0, man. I can't help
I know,
it.
but this is 4 in a row.
Yeah.
All
I'm
right.
aware.
Yeah.
I'm paying for that natural 20 earlier.
Yeah. So, Zinhorn, here's the thing. She doesn't want to come. So you're going to have to grapple her.
I have a 27 strength.
So make your athletics check, and Lynn, you can make acrobatics or athletics to try to contest. Because he's trying to pull you out of here.
23.
Okay. Yeah, so Zinhorn, you successfully grapple her. And that's kind of your action, but then you can move half speed to move 1, 2, 3. I think she is just still barely in the room, but grappled.
Okay.
Yeah, so you are now outside the area of effect of the blades, but she's not.
Okay.
And she's still struggling against you.
Okay.
Okay. Zaleen. Everyone, you know what? I'm going to just go ahead and
I'm just
say,
gonna
you
leave
guys
it on.
notice you're not seeing a lot of pillarines in these parts of the room, so maybe Vertigo does not need to just be hanging out in the tower.
I know. I
Maybe
actually
he's
was going
allowed
to
be,
bring
but
him out.
okay, all right. So
I had planned on that.
okay, good.
But I felt guilty because I was like, he's gonna suffocate as soon as he comes out.
Well, that is a concern. It's kind of like
Yeah. But I
Aha,
am going
fooled
to bring
you.
him out because he's smarter than me. And I think that he
You
would.
can also go in.
That's true.
No.
All right. So I will go into the tower.
All right. The model-sized tower goes clunk, clunk, clunk to the floor as you disappear into there.
Hey, friend.
Oh.
I need you to stop reading and come with me.
Okay, is there something wrong?
Yeah, there's some poison gas out
Okay.
there, so hold your breath when we go
Is
back
it
out.
normal gas or magical gas or?
It's like it just came from the walls when the door shut.
Oh,
There's like this power generator thingy, and it's more complicated than my brain can handle, I think. I mean, it might be okay. I might get it, but I think you would be able to get it much easier than me.
if it's magical in nature, I have a decent chance. If it's mechanical, I'm not as good at those.
Well, I mean, we can try to put our heads together if we have to, but I was thinking that you might be a little bit better at it than me.
I'll give it a try.
All right, don't forget to hold your breath.
Hmm.
All right. So that would be. We're back up at the top of the round. So one more dex save, Lynn. Tempted to make you do it with disadvantage because you're grappled, but I won't be that mean. I'll say it's counteracted by you being only on the very outside of the room now. So you save, but that's going to be another 17 damage to you.
Jeez.
I'm remembering the earlier bit where you're saying I'm fine, I'm full, I don't need any healing. But yes, so you can go ahead and make another wisdom saving throw, and you still fail. So it's like, despite all this damage, Zinhorn just doesn't understand that this damage is worth it to be close to the orb. You
It's
just
not a phase.
Okay, so Vertigo, it would be your turn now.
I think in Zaylene's mind, she hears, wait, where's everybody else? And he will speak as he casts Gust to blow the gas away from himself.
Okay, yeah.
Um,
So you see that so first, when you come back out, you see that the gas seems to have started to clear already, but then it starts to fill the room again as soon as you're like in the room again. Like it seems like when you went in the tower, it stopped. But when you've come back out, it's started again. But the gust definitely like pushes it all to one side of the room for the moment, at least. But would you like to, to make? I guess I will also let you make an investigation check. I don't need that to be your action if because I like the gust use of the gust spell for that.
yeah, and it's this thing in the center,
It's-
right?
Yes, but it's the north side is where the
Oh,
controls
sorry.
are. That's all right.
So you kind of wander around.
Mhm.
Investigation, you said?
Yeah, and Zaleen, if you've also
Ooh.
come out, you can assist.
Only a 14.
Well, is that with advantage?
Oh, that is not with advantage.
Do it with advantage because I'm helping.
Mhm.
27.
I'm helping.
All right, yeah. So, looks like that 14 is an intimidation, not an investigation.
Oh, well, that's not good then.
Yeah, so go
that's
ahead
why
and
it's
roll
so low.
investigation again.
Let's see if I can get a nat 20. Nope.
Yeah.
This time
Okay,
I got a literal
27 is
12.
still pretty good though. So
Yeah.
here's what you discover. You realize that with the various bits of like their their systems and components and everything that you've studied so far, you feel like you're starting to get a handle on how their equipment works, broadly speaking. Doesn't mean you could design it, but it means you could maybe operate it. You understand a lot of the ways that it works, broadly speaking. So you feel like what you can do, you can't do it this turn because it's going to require a full action. You can shut this generator down. But what you also discover with that 27 is that this is the primary generator, which is for the fortress itself. The arcane core has supplemental power generators that are separate. And you see that there's another door on the far side of this room so you can shut the power off for the base from here, but the arcane core power is separate. It has three separate generators just for the core.
Okay. And he'll relay that in
Yeah.
Zaylene's mind.
You also see you have to do kind of a double take. Because when you realize that you're able to pull up the little status display of the power going to the arcane core, and there you have a Back to the Future 1.21 gigawatts sort of reaction because you realize that the amount of power that the arcane core is currently building up is just frankly obscene. It's like, any unit of arcane energy that you're used to dealing with, it's like giga those. And
14 billion zergs.
Yeah, so basically, it is an extremely alarming number. Imagine that the amount of force that it would take to essentially vaporize a large mountain, and the recognition that The amount of energy that it would take to vaporize that mountain would not be localized to the mountain alone.
I don't know what they make this out of, but it's unbelievable.
Mhm.
This could power half a Psychomian.
Well, for that matter, you mentioned Lynn had mentioned that Rupino had compared this to his own device. So, in any case, yes. So you glean all of that from your quick study of the control panels here, but that's the end of your turn. Zinhorn, I presume you want to continue to drag her out of the.
Yes, I do.
Okay. Where are you dragging her to?
I'm going to try and break line of sight. I'm going to pull her 10. So I'm only moving half speed with her, so I'm going to
Yeah.
pull her this way.
Okay. As soon as you are, the line of sight is broken, Lynn, you can make the wisdom saving throw with advantage.
Don't know how much that's going to matter. Nope. And
No. Okay.
No?
So yeah. So I think you just like collapse into despair because you can't see it anymore. Zinhorn is ruining your life. How could he do this to you? He just doesn't understand. And so yeah, so you are dragged along. You can't see it anymore. You're at least out of the buzzsaw danger, but you can't see the orb anymore, which means, it's the worst thing that could ever happen. All right, Zaleen, it is your turn. I think with Vertigo's explanation. Well, okay, I take it back because I'll say that for this round, you're free of the poison gas because of the gust.
Okay.
But that's going to require a full action to do something else next time. So you are, at least for the moment, not having to hold your breath. But so I guess here's the question. You think you could shut down this generator, but you know that this generator does not power the arcane core. And that would probably remove power from all of the other stuff here in the fortress. Like all of these automatic doors and elevators and stuff would probably stop working as well. You don't know what else might happen if you shut this down. And it won't remove power from the arcane core, but you can shut this one down if you want.
My question is, like, if we did shut it down and the elevators and the automatic doors stopped working, like, would the doors be closed so we'd be trapped in here?
The doors would be closed. You think they could probably be forced open with enough strength?
Oh God.
Hmm.
No.
I mean, so that's why it's a balance, right? It's like, so
right.
it's an option, but it would have that side effect. I mean,
Okay,
everyone
I'm
else is going to be
actually-
subject. Everyone else in the base would be subject to the same restriction.
Yeah. Would it stop the poison gas?
It might.
Okay, I'm Vertigo. If we shut this down, we're not going to be able to easily get to where we need to be. I'm weak, and so are you.
Where are the
But-
others?
They're out
And,
there.
and you see the blood drain out of Vertigo's face as he feels like the others are dead.
No.
They've just
There
slipped
was
into
this-
another room.
Yeah.
They're
They
just
went.
sleeping.
Yeah. There was like this thing, and it was really shiny. I don't know. I was like, we gotta go, but they didn't come with me.
Shouldn't we go back for them?
All right.
I don't know, but should I go that way to the down the hallway, like over here?
On your own? No.
Okay, but we can't shut this one down, I don't think, unless we want to try to open the doors.
So I think if you shut down the power, every door would be stuck in whatever position it's currently in. So if the door was
Right.
open, it would stay open, and vice versa.
I mean, I could open doors, but I don't know. Do you think we should try to shut this down?
The poison gas is also starting to kind of crowd back towards you.
Yeah.
Well, Zinhorn's very good at opening doors and just about anything else. Buster would just move through them, unprettily, but it would happen.
And Buster is with you.
Yeah, he
Um,
is with us.
But
All right, I'm going to shut it down.
Okay. The lights all dim and go out, so the rooms are briefly in complete darkness. But then, just here and there, there's little bits of trim on the walls and the floors that glows just faintly enough to sort of give you a sense of the outline of the room. But otherwise, it's completely dark in here now. And so that's a good place to end your turn, I think. Carolina, you are in the middle of having the worst moment of your life because you can't see the orb anymore. But then the lights go out. You hear a lot of sort of machinery winding down. And then you realize that it's just a frickin' ball. You just got yourself all
And-
cut to shit because of that
yeah,
stupid ball.
then I'm going, ow.
Yeah. So, but it is also dark in here. So if you have dark vision, you are relying on that now. If you don't, you are in the complete darkness. So like I said, there's little glowy bits here and there where you can see where the walls are, but it is not enough to see by.
Does Zinhorn have dark vision?
I have a dagger of blind sight.
Okay.
Uh,
So
That'll
then
keep you from falling through the hole in the floor.
yeah,
so
I'm
will
gonna
mine.
use dancing lights.
Hmm.
Okay.
At this point, you probably both realize, hey, wait, where did Zeline go?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
And do we have any? I still have a healing potion in
I
my
was
inventory.
Yeah. Well, I was about to heal
Yeah.
you.
So we're no longer really even in loose initiative for the moment, with the caveat that Zaleen and Vertigo are, exposed to poison gas right now, and so are having to hold their breath again, unless they continue to use an action for the gust.
I was gonna
24
say,
points, Lynn.
does the poison gas, like, did it stop, like, seeping into the room and it's just what was there?
So it started coming in again as soon as you came back out of the tower.
Right, but I
So-
mean, when we shut the power down, that was what I'm asking. Like, is
right.
it done?
Okay, no, good point. It is still here, but yeah, it has stopped filling the room. So I think if you were to clear it again now, it would probably stay clear.
Okay. I'm gonna bring Buster out.
Okay.
So he can maybe help us open.
I don't think Buster has dark vision.
I don't know.
I don't think so.
Oh.
But,
okay, so I will
Vertigo
do
and
dancing lights.
Vertigo and Zaleen both do, though.
Yeah, but I will do dancing lights because I know that he's scared because Zinhorn's
He's
not
looking.
here.
Yeah, he's looking around for Zinhorn.
I'm like, he's out there, but we got to get this door open.
He's starting to paw against the door where you pointed. Or which one do you point at to say to get
This
it
one.
open? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
that one.
So I think you see that this door is it's an automatic door that goes to the side, and so you think that if you'd have to sort of show him what to do, but that he would be able to make a strength check.
Okay.
Actually, let's have you make an animal handling check to try to persuade him what it is that he needs to do.
Okay.
8. All right. Yeah. You are trying to gesture that you get your claws in here and then you pull this way and he's just staring at you intently. And then as soon as you finish, he just goes, and he's just basically clawing at the metal. So that's
Oh.
that's for the moment. So that would be Lynn, your turn again now. So you know what? Let's. So we can kind of switch back and forth, but we're not really in initiative at the moment.
Okay, I'm going to use a charge from my mandolin to cast Cure Wounds. And let's see. 2. Whatever. Didn't use a spell slot. I'm fine.
Well, that looked like it only did a D8. There's not a modifier
Yeah.
on there. Oh, because you
Yeah,
don't have a wisdom
'cause it's-
modifier. Yeah.
Well, yeah,
Or
and it's also it's the mandolin. So
Okay, fair enough. All right. So,
let me double check.
but
Oh yeah, it is plus my spell casting ability modifier.
I thought
Okay.
so.
Thank you.
Sure. So that's another what? A 4 or 5?
Yes, 4.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
have a +4.
All right. So, what's the plan here? You don't know where Zaleen went. You knew vaguely where you all were trying to go.
Yeah, she was behind me
Mm-hmm.
when I was originally headed this way, and then I wasn't
Yeah.
paying attention to anything else. So I don't know. I have no clue where she went.
I know that the door over here says power on it, so I'm gonna
Is that where she went?
say I think that's where she went.
Yeah.
Are they over there? I'm pointing towards the door.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're on the other side of the door.
Okay.
I would like to think
cast
that
message.
Zinhorn saw me
Okay.
because I did say I'm just gonna go over here.
All right.
So,
So
I feel like he would have at least seen me.
I
go
think
in
your
that
message
direction.
would work, Vertigo.
Zinhorn, are you okay? I seem to be here with the Zaleen in the room with power.
I'm hearing voices in my head, and I will be with you in a moment.
Uh,
I'm glad
make
you
an-
guys are okay.
Make an athletics check, Zinhorn.
Athletics?
Yeah.
They're on their way.
Yeah, you are able to pry the door open, and it stays open.
Okay.
And you start going up the steps, and you realize that a lot of the steps are clicking under your feet as you step on them, but nothing else happens.
Okay. Lynn, you coming? I'm gonna try and open this door.
You hear what you suspect is probably Buster sort of battering at it from the other side. Go ahead and make another athletics check. Okay. I think you're struggling with this one, but it's for the moment we're not in initiative, so it just takes a little longer, but you get it eventually.
Yay!
But yeah, so you realize that it wouldn't necessarily always be trivial to do it in a hurry, but you have time at the moment, presumably. Although obviously, also with the power shut off, it may be that people who know how this base works would.
Oh,
you
they
know.
know where we are.
Yeah. But so yes, you are all now reunited, and it feels
Yay.
so good.
Because we
I'm
understand.
I'm imagining the 2 sets of dancing lights are just like doing a little happy tango or something.
Yeah, because they're like, it's our love energy is all like,
Mhm.
yeah, that.
Okay. There are 3 more power generators to tackle. This one only controls the tower's own power, not the actual power to the cores. But
right.
it should slow people down, also us. But as I said to Zaleen, Zinhorn's very good at opening doors, whether they're stuck.
That's
Um,
true.
I want to go back and try and close the doors behind us. Before
Okay. Yeah. I mean,
we have time for the moment, but it'd slow any pursuers down.
Sure. Yeah. So, I mean, basically, again, we'll say that for the moment, I'm not going to make you roll because you'll get it eventually, but time is passing as you're kind of doing this.
Oh.
'Cause It's one thing to sort of like press it open, but now you're kind of trying to pull it out of the slot.
Yeah,
you can
yeah.
do it, but it's not instant. Is all I'm saying.
Okay.
So you're working on that, and everyone else is just kind of waiting for you to. I think what you actually notice though, while Zinhorn is doing that, and you approach this door on the east, is that one opens, which indicates to you that perhaps that further room still has its own power. Perhaps because it's, that room is the supplemental power generators, and so it still has its own power in there.
So there may be a local power, local light, also possibly people protecting it. Somebody else go
And
first.
local poison gas. I will hold my breath and I'll go first.
Oh, right. Poison gas. Don't breathe that, I think.
All right, so the door opens and you can see through it that there are 3 sort of devices that are, smaller than the big main one, but also, seem to be working in parallel with each other. And that's what you can see in that room. I'm assuming you haven't gone in yet, though.
No, I was like on the threshold.
And there is light in there.
Vertigo.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make an investigation check to see if this needs to be all shut down at once.
Well, it's possible. Or maybe a master control as well.
Did you check for traps first?
No,
There's some
because that
nasty
would be
ones
like
back
a
there, man.
whole
You can't really
action.
investigate the generators from the doorway.
Yeah, I will check for traps.
Okay.
Like even something
So-
that would trigger just
Yeah.
crossing
You
the
can do
threshold.
perception if you would rather, compared to investigation, looking for traps. Yeah, so with the 27, you definitely see that running throughout all the walls and floor are a lot of what looks like wiring and conduit that the whole floor seems to be a sensor of some kind, and it is wired up. And it looks like any contact with the floor would activate whatever it's going to do.
The floor is lava, you guys.
Oh,
Really?
I can deal with that. And I'm
Not
gonna use my
really, it's like
mandolin to cast
electricity.
fly.
All right.
Yeah.
On yourself, I assume?
Yes.
All right.
Is like when I was looking, did I see any way that we could easily sort of dismantle the trap so that we could move into the
Not
room?
from where you are. You
Okay.
think that there might be a place where it could be deactivated, but it's designed to not be deactivated from the place where it's supposed to catch people.
Right. Okay.
I think
Um,
Vertigo will also cast fly.
All right.
Fair enough.
I think, yeah, so you can, those who are in the room can make another investigation check to look for a place to turn off the trap. You can also make a separate one to investigate the generators.
I think Vertigo is just going to look at the generators.
Okay.
22 for investigation.
Okay, yeah. Which one were you looking for?
The disabling the trap.
Yes. Yeah. You find a switch that seems clear that that's what it is. Its purpose is, and it you flip it and it goes. Ka-chunk.
Okay. And
Who's the first to
before
test?
before I tell them that it's disabled, I'm going to test it for myself.
Okay. Yes. You make contact with the floor and it's fine.
Cool. All right, come on in.
All right.
All right. So
Um,
and then your investigation, Vertigo, was for the generators.
Yeah, I don't like
Okay.
that roll though.
Oh.
Well, it's only 15.
Yeah.
Do I have the things? I might have the things.
Can I help him now that I'm in the room
Yeah. Unless
so he can roll with advantage?
Sure.
So just another roll or a
Yeah.
completely new roll?
Well, I mean, yeah,
That's worse.
okay.
Um,
So I think you find a way to do it, but it looks like it's gonna be long. Like it might be like 15 minutes each. So you could do it, but it seems like that method is gonna take a long time to do. In the meantime, I think you all recognize, just based on your sort of own estimate, that you are probably at something like 2.5 hours left for the before the super weapon would go off.
is it
So-
long because it's slow or
It's
because there's a lot
designed
to
to
do?
make it hard to do, right? Like this is sort of like something that they would never want to do ordinarily, and so they've made it difficult to shut down.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can I?
Well, I was just wondering, is aside from, maybe causing irreparable damage, can we just break them?
The amount of power that's coursing through these is
Mhm.
on the scale of, I don't know,
Yeah.
very
Okay.
large, beyond
Mhm.
large, and I would be afraid that it would backfire and blow everything
So
up.
no, okay.
Well, so make an Arcana check. Vertigo.
30.
Wow. Okay. Well, that looks like it was a history, but I assume it's the same.
Oh, it's the same
Modifier.
same
Still
roll.
a
I'm rolling
natural
all
20.
the wrong things
Yeah.
for some reason. I don't know why.
That's okay.
God.
So yeah, I think that I mean that's a good one to roll on. So here's the thing: you think that for the reason you just said, it's potentially hazardous because depending on how the destruction goes, this portion of the machinery that's in the room here, you're not going to discharge that full amount of energy in this room, but it is potentially destructive, dangerous. To it's risky, but it would work. If you destroyed the equipment here, it would remove power from the arcane core, but there's a risk because it's a lot of energy that's running through them. So yeah, and
rather
it's
not
a
do
lot,
the dangerous route,
Yeah.
but
Could I make a separate investigation to see if
Mhm.
I can figure something out maybe different
Yeah.
than what Vertigo came to?
Mm-hmm. 18. Yeah, I think it's by and large it's going to be similar.
Yeah.
So what you have is, you think that like you're not going to run out of countdown time doing it the long way, but it gives time for others to potentially try to get up here to try to stop you, right? Versus the risk of trying to break it, which is fast but potentially dangerous to you in the room, potentially very dangerous. It's going to be there's going to be a luck element.
well,
Hey, you know what would have been fun is if we still had the sending stone and that we could just talk to people who know about this stuff.
I think the people who know about this stuff are the ones in the building, unfortunately, are trying to kill either each other or us.
Speaking
Oh,
of
Rupino
which,
knew enough.
Vertigo, you get a sending in your head that says, "The lights just turned off. I assume that's you. Welcome to the Pillarine Fortress. It sucks here."
You're still alive. That's surprising. But we are, and we're doing what we have to. See you soon.
All right.
Do I
Okay,
think
so-
that, so it's complicated. Does that mean it would be more actions to do, essentially?
Yeah, it's going to take a long time because essentially it's like, in order to avoid like the power discharge that is what you would be risking if you break it, you kind of have to sort of, you're having to like very slowly adjust the damage output. You're having to it's like, okay, I have to take it from 100 to 99 and then let it stabilize. And then from 99 to 98 and then let it stabilize and so on. That's why it's taking so long, is that you're gradually reducing it, but
But maybe if we get it to a certain point, then we can just break it because it won't be as dangerous.
Possible
Mhm.
if we're pressed.
yeah, it's all a balance of how much time you think you might have.
All right. Well, I think if I go and close doors, I'll buy us some more time. So you guys work on these things. I'm
If
gonna.
we each take one and do them at the same time, then it'll take even less time, right?
The machine is also not going to be as simple as just an action per person to break them. You're going to have to do a level of damage to it, and there's going to be a damage threshold where each attack is going to have to do a certain level of damage to really have any effect at all.
Oh, well, I meant the taking the power down
Oh,
too.
okay, yeah. Oh, so certainly if you can each be on one of them, right?
Yeah.
So if Zinhorn is holding the door and each of the rest of you is doing one each, you can certainly do that in a third of the time that it would take for one person to do it.
So we can also set up some other stuff to maybe buy us some more time, put one of the portals on the ceiling and maybe
Right.
another just inside the door.
Well, so that raises the question, right? What you're realizing here, I feel like I'm giving you too much tactical information here, but you're going to be in a siege situation, right? Because it's
Right.
one thing to keep them from getting to you to stop you,
Then we have to
but
get
then
out.
you're
Now-
trapped in here.
This is a good reason to lock a door.
You know what? Maybe that's a fun line to end tonight's session on.
All right. I'm pulling. I heard that one. I'm coming
Mhm.
back.
All right.
But do I have time to close all four doors?
I mean, yeah.
Okay.
So I think so this is the plan. So we will return next time, where the goal here will essentially be, I'll just go ahead and let you know that I think with all that you've done with the doors and all of the other stuff that's been going on, you suspect you're going to be able to shut down these 3 power generators, but that you will probably have some enemies to fight on your way out, unless you have some alternate plan for that.
Plane ship. Gate.
Well, also remember,
done here
he
yet,
said
though.
you have to destroy the core too, because otherwise they just turn these
Yeah.
back on.
And
Right.
there's still the adversary.
Yep.
Your stick is going to come in handy, Lynn.
All right. Well, we'll find out what happens when the Pocket Protectors return for more adventure on so many levels.
So
So
many
many
levels of
doors and
power
sieges
down
and
one
power generators.
time.